Hi, my name's NickyTsunami. I'm a member of the Ardent Guild, a Vainglory ambassador, and I'd like to welcome you to my series on Vainglory. This series is focused around the very new player, so we'll be focused on things like the menu, the ways to buy things throughout the game, and gameplay to hopefully get you into 5v5 Vainglory play quickly and with as little frustration as possible. Today we'll be talking about the top menu. The top menu has areas where you can check your rank, also check in on any special quests you're on, as well as great community events, esports news, and tutorials. If you click in the upper left-hand corner on your name, this menu comes up. There is a lot going on this menu. So we'll start with the chests. The chests are just rewards you get as you play the game more and more. They have nothing to do with your skill level. A level 30 player may or may not be better than a level 10 player. Just means they've spent more time. On the bottom of the screen, you're going to see your wins, your karma. You get a karma boost if lots of your players vote you up, your co-players. Your ice, which you pay for with cash. Glory, which is the main in-game currency. Opals, which are for limited edition skin. And then there's another currency called essence, which isn't on this page. Up in the right-hand corner, you can log out, and you can also record your stream matches. So a ton going on this menu here. In the Season tab, this is a measure of sunlight, and sunlight is basically just a reward you get for playing the game. You can get sunlight in almost every mode, depending on how the mode you get a little more or a little less sunlight. Sunlight is simply a player reward. It has nothing to do with your rank, has nothing to do with your skill tier or anything like that. Just a reward for the player. Now on to your ranked 5 versus 5. This is kind of the big dog. This is what everybody really measures themselves against. So these are 5v5 ranked matches. There are certain requirements to get into ranked matches. You have to have a certain number of characters, and you really want to kind of know your way around playing lots of, I would suggest, bot matches and lots of practice matches to get yourself to the point where you're ready to take on that 5v5 experience. This is your 3v3 rank. 3v3 takes place on a 1-lane, 1-jungle map called the Halcyon Fold, where 5v5 takes place on a 3-lane, 2-jungle map called Sovereign's Rise. So if you hear people talk about the Rise and the Fold, they're talking about 3v3 and 5v5. So as your skill tier goes up, you get different trophies, and your elo goes up, and as you lose, those go down, and you lose accordingly. Your trophy room is basically the highest rank you achieve every season. Season is basically every quarter of the year, you get a new trophy depending on what your highest rank is. And that's the overview menu. Okay, ice. Purchasing ice when you click on the upper menu gives you many options to get ice. This tends to be about the most expensive way to get ice. The best value, of course, is buying the most expensive bundle, but it tends to be the most expensive way to get ice. I would always check the market, which is a tab we'll get to later, for the best deals on ice. The other in-game currency is Glory. Glory can be ground out in-game. I would not recommend you buy Glory with ice, although you can, but have a really specific goal or something you really want, because it's relatively easy to grind out Glory. I'm going to show you guys how to do that and make the best use of your time so that you can get the most Glory quickly to buy things like skins and talents and etc., all the things in the game like that. Okay, now the next thing is the little scroll in the upper right are quests. Now quests are just for fun. They have descriptions in them, they have expiration dates. You don't get any better or any worse, they're just things to do to have fun. The hero chest is really important because you'll get 5 different talents for every 5 different heroes you play. One way to quickly grind out Glory, too, is that first win, third win in Sinister 7. Take advantage of those every day. You can get those wins with easy bot matches, so it's really easy to grind that Glory out. Back to the hero chest, though. By doing the hero chest, you'll get different talents for each one of those heroes that you play. We'll get into talents later on. They're things used for Blitz mode and Battle Royale, which are the brawl modes of Vainglory. Now the little tab in the upper right that looks like a calendar is the Today in Vainglory. There are events that they have there, new skin reveals, information on esports, etc. There's usually a lot of fresh content and information in that upper the little calendar icon in the upper right hand corner. Like, for instance, they have this creepy ass new Clown Walker skin where you can basically, find out more about that. You can read the lore. The lore is something that Sugar Venom, who's the lore writer for Super Evil Megacore, that she writes for every character, and pretty much every skin for every character gets its own lore. Another section of it has to do with esports. Now, Vis Challenger and VGL are the EU and North America Challenges Series for the VPL, the Vainglory Premier League, which is the upper tier of esports competition. We'll get into that a little bit more, but VPL, the Vis Challenger and VGL help feed those VPL sides. Now, the little horn in the upper right is all the news. So there's news, update notes, 5v5, esports, blueprints, community work, everything. So the news has the freshest content. You can see Christian, Ed the Shred, he's the CEO of SEMC, X-Scoundrel, who's a streamer, and he also does really great YouTube videos and content that I really highly encourage you guys to go and check out. Other things on the update notes have to do with game balancing. In this release, we got a new hero named Tony. On the left, you see his abilities. Those are his in-game abilities. On the right are his talents. And again, the talents are things that are used for brawl modes, like Battle Royale and Blitz. They're very controversial, actually, but the ones that you really want to get to know are Tony's abilities, the ones on the left. Tony's great. He's a lot of fun to play. The 5v5 has news and notes on the jungle, or the basically Sovereign's Rise, which is the name of the map. Esports has a lot of details on the esports scene. Blueprints have to do with crafting skins. We'll get into that. It's hard to get a blueprint. And you need some stuff called Essence, which is a fourth currency just for building skins. So we've got Ice and Glory and Opals and Essence. Worry about Ice and Glory. That's all there is to it. The community tab's awesome. One of my very favorite things to roll through. There are people playing the Vainglory theme. There's fan art. There's fan fiction. There's highlight reels. There's just a ton of fun stuff. And as you get to know the Vainglory community, you're really going to enjoy these people. Like Dowsy, very funny, very talented caster and player of Vainglory, and just a kick to be around. So go check out his stream. But there are also, stories, etc. Tons of good content on that community tab. Finally, the little graduation cap is the Academy. I would encourage you to spend a lot of time as a brand new player here, especially in the basics area, the tactics area, the 5v5 area, and the game modes. Just get to start to know some of these. Now, the content's could be a little bit old, but for the most part, there's tons of helpful information there. The freshest stuff is basically in the 5v5 because that's the newest game mode. But by going through the Academy and watching each one of those videos, it takes a little while, but you'll get used to the game a lot faster. So that's my walkthrough of the top bar. That's just the top bar of this game. But hopefully this gives you kind of a quick introduction to help you get used to some of these crazy menus and all the information on this so you just don't get completely overwhelmed and dump the game. I really, really like this game a lot. You're going to love it too. Again, my name's NickyTsunami. You can find me on Twitter at NickyTsunami. Please, I hope you enjoy the video. I do this because I like it and because I hope you're having fun with it.